Hello.
Hey, gang.
Hi.
Who's here?
I haven't got the camera set up very well at all.
Oh,
Fix that.
didn't put the beautification on.
It's on too much.
Too much for anyone to handle.
I'm going to bring up all my documents. Otherwise, I'm going to be lost. What episode are we, Ben?
Oh, yeah.
136.
Yeah, right.
All right. I think we're close, relatively. Can someone let us know if you can hear us just in YouTube world?
Who's there? Oh, 12 watching.
There's a
Oh,
few
welcome
people
back,
watching.
gang.
Yeah, look at that. First one back.
Must be bored on a Monday.
Nothing better to do. I understand. Dan's not watching though.
Nah, he's
It's too busy
busy.
watching some weird band at WOMAD.
Oh. Who's this? New person. NUB?
Do we know if they can hear us yet?
No.
Someone said wowee, so I'm just
Yeah, I don't
assuming
know
that they
what
can
that
definitely
means.
hear us. Where's Vards when you need him?
Yeah, I know.
Vards is
I'm
onto
just going
it.
to turn my laptop.
Oh, yeah, do
up.
that.
Where's Vards when you need
Oh,
him?
there we go.
There you are.
That's you.
Check
We're on.
ourselves. There's quite a few people in there now.
Hi.
Who's here?
I haven't got the camera set up very well at all. Oh, hang on. What's going on there, Lauren?
Feedback now. Didn't put the beautification.
I can hear us, Lauren. Is that you?
It's on too much.
It's like a replay of what just happened. It's too much. It's all going so well.
I don't know
We
why
turned
that's
everything
happening because I've stopped it now. I turned it off.
That was weird. Sorry, that's Tom. We thought we had a new listener.
I was like, well, we kind of do. I don't know how often Tom's tuning in.
Yeah.
on. Hi, Tom.
All right. Shall we kick this off?
Kick it off. Welcome to season 5
Is it 5? Yeah, it probably is.
of Here We Crow.
We've been doing this for too long.
Season 2026. It's happening. We came back. We nearly didn't, but we decided we'd come back.
It was touch and go there for a bit.
We were like, nah, we've got to, we should at least do one more year
Yeah.
just in case.
Would you say
win the
we're
premiership.
still on life support though? or-
Yeah, a little bit.
Look,
We'll just have to wait and see. I
we
think.
just need some listeners to really,
Amp
get
us
us,
up.
amp us up. Yeah, we need some motivation, please.
Look, honestly, my take for this year, guys, is laid back. Let's just relax. It's not that important, is
Yeah.
it?
No.
It's so important. It's not that important, but we'll do a podcast about it.
Yeah.
Sam, welcome.
Thank you, Lauren. It's nice to be back.
Yeah, good. I'm glad. I'm glad that's what you're rolling with. Kate, welcome back.
Thanks,
nice
Lauren.
to see you.
Good to be here.
Ben, welcome.
Hi, Lauren.
Our stats
Apparently
man.
nice to be back.
It is nice to be back. And before we begin, I will. We've got some breaking news.
I've been trying to get the
Breaking
breaking news thing. I can't make it work.
Can't make it work.
No, sorry, everyone.
Look, friends and family of the Here We Crow podcast, I've got some terribly sad news that unfortunately Dan has decided to step back from the podcast this year, so we will not be joined by Dan. We're very upset about it. We can't believe he's done this to us.
It's very annoying.
Really gonna, our dynamic is definitely gonna change, I feel.
We were nice to his face, but it's pretty annoying.
Yeah. I'm off it.
No.
Yeah.
Because now I have to drive myself here. No, we wish Dan the very best. He will be contributing when he can, but other commitments have made it impossible for him to come back. So That's fine. It's fine.
I was thinking this afternoon, at least he got to 100 episodes, so his daughters are eligible for the pod once they come of age.
And I am sure that they'd be dead keen to jump on board. But, you know, we're just going to keep rolling. We're just going to keep rolling with the good times. Hopefully the Crows give us some good times and we won't even miss Dan. It'll be like he never left.
Or he'll jump straight back on because the Crows will be successful.
Yeah, maybe.
But expect plenty of fighting between me and Sam and no mediator. Kate, you might have to step up.
That's true.
I can do that. It's the singing bit that I can't do.
Yeah, that's it. So, no, we will still be having dog acts. Don't worry about that. I'm sure Dan will send us a few in. But listeners, if you want to contribute to Dog Act, now is the time. This season is the season. So if you've got a dog act and you want to sing it along to the tune of the Frenzel song, send it in, record it and send it in and we'll play it for you.
Absolutely.
All right, let's get on with it. It is episode 136 of Here We Crow. We're back with you and tonight we'll be talking pre-season goss, what's been going on in Crowland. We'll be talking opening round and we're also going to have a special guest, Matteo from the legendary football blog. Is it a blog? What would you call it? It's a Substack.
It's a Substack?
It's a long
Yeah.
form. I don't want to call it blog because that sounds like not professional enough. So it's a newsletter. It's a footy newsletter, 1%ers, and I'm sure you're all familiar with it because Matteo writes some fantastic season previews for all of the teams. And
He was on the radio the other day.
he
WA.
was.
Oh, cool.
And he is going to chat with us about what's going to happen for the Crows this season. We'll also hear from Nuz, obviously, at some point by phone or by me telling you what he said. That's enough from me. Ben, let's get into the stats. Where's the button, Sam? You've forgotten how to do the podcast.
Oh, yeah, I have actually. What is that? Oh,
I'm the stat man.
I was like looking at you going, we haven't had a game yet. Why do we need stats? That's how far out of it I am.
Strange, it was still an improvement on most of last year.
I just remembered it was on the front page.
So 136. So we are starting strong with our player here. I mean strong like a truck.
Oh, and a literal truck?
Yes. Strong name, Ben the Truck Rutten.
Wowee.
So,
This is a
there
good
you
one
go.
to kick off the season with.
Yep, that's right. So 229 games between 03 and 14. We picked him up in the 02 rookie draft. So there was 2 national drafts that he didn't get picked up in.
Wow.
So I guess him and Laird would be our 2 fanciest rookie picks that we've got. He debuted with 3 goals with his first 3 kicks in AFL football.
Remember that well.
And went on in his 229 games to kick a total of 9 goals in his career.
Wow.
So a third of them with his first 3 kicks. And he kicked his last one in his final game,
He sure did.
which was also the debut of Henry going to the football. So he was a 6-week-old, took him to the footy, sat on the hill, and saw Truck kick a goal.
Nice.
It was all a bit of a celebration game.
He talks about that all the time, Henry.
Yeah, no, he doesn't recall it a great
clear
deal.
memory of that.
And I can't, having done that, the following 2, I just couldn't have imagined taking them to a game quite so young. But I think it's things you do with your first that you can't be bothered with your rest.
Sure.
So
Ben, just before you go on, I know Kate has had an interaction with the truck
I was
recently.
going to jump in with that. I did have a Crows in the Wild with Truck. I was on a plane to Melbourne a couple of weeks back and he was there with his, our partner, I assume, flying to Melbourne, and I knew he knew I'd clocked him. And then he was seated in the aisle as I was walking to my seat. So like, hey, Truck. That was it. That was all. I didn't want to harass the man.
Yep.
We need more of that this year.
Yeah.
Crows in the Wild. I like
Crows
that.
in the
We need
Wild.
a stinger for it. We'll get down onto that.
Peaked in 05, he was All-Australian as a fullback. He was a very, very solid player for us. Post-football, 5 years as an assistant coach at Richmond, including their time of beating us in the grand final. He had just shy of 2 years coaching Essendon, which didn't work out so well, and he is currently the general manager of football at Port Adelaide.
A factor I forgot before I said hello to him.
Yeah, you should have been like,
Yeah.
Traitor.
He'll always be Truck.
So that's that. Now, the interesting to me facts are Sloane in his career kicked 136 goals. And coincidentally, Thilthorpe has both 136 inside 50s and 136 marks inside 50.
Wow.
Right.
I was just really wishing he'd kick them to himself.
Amazing.
But I think that's unlikely.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But hey, who knows? He's been rolling through the midfield in the preseason.
Yeah, well,
so
that's right. There's a chance.
He could launch it from defensive 50 and run.
So there you go. So that's stats done.
Awesome.
Great. Thanks, Ben.
No worries.
Moving on.
That was that was good actually. That was
snappy.
that was
That was snappy.
Liked that. Is
Hopefully
that a sign of things to come?
No,
Maybe.
look to it to degenerate quickly as the season goes on.
Yeah, fair.
Just a reminder, folks, that you can buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/.
Does that link still work? I've got it there still.
It does. I tested it.
Okay.
Now, guys, we don't have a lot of income coming in. So if you want to, you can do a monthly subscription for like $3 whole a month.
Yeah, we need to set up something with some merch. Actually, we
Yes.
probably do this in off air.
We can, but also we will be having some brand new merch items designed and literally created by the very
Very talented.
talented
I'll say it for you.
Sam.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out for that. And we want to do some giveaways. So
That'd be good.
I think we'll start it probably in a couple of weeks, but if you buy us a coffee or subscribe to Buy Us a Coffee monthly, you'll go automatically in the running to win a merch item.
And we'll give stuff away every few
Every-
weeks or so.
yeah.
Yeah. Because
We're going to give you stuff because we're very grateful for you actually tuning in.
Absolutely.
And this could be our last season. So we've got to get rid of some stuff.
yeah. No, we don't need to get rid of anything. We've got no backlog. We'll be making it fresh.
Oh dear, yes, we'll all have brand new merch. Anyway, let's get on with it. Let's talk about the AFL and pre-season, perhaps.
Football.
Yeah, football.
Are we bringing?
Let's bring Matteo in.
Yeah, let's do
Yay.
it.
Welcome to Matteo from 1%ers. He's going to help us get through this analysis of pre-season and the upcoming season. Welcome, Matteo.
Hey guys, hey everyone out there in Crowland, how are we feeling?
Woo.
G'day.
Well, I just want to get it started, really. That's how I'm feeling.
Feeling ready.
Well, you weren't amped for opening round.
It's funny, like,
No.
yeah, the season starts so early, but I don't know, the off season feels longer than ever.
It really does. And just bring it on, I say.
Yeah.
I have no interest in opening round. I think we're going to talk about that a bit later.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Yeah.
But in terms of the Crows, look, we had two preseason games, one against Port, which we won pretty comfortably, and the second against Fremantle, which was really a lot of second-tier players against a quite hot to trot Fremantle. But I actually thought we played pretty well considering we were out, I think, what was it, like 11 players on the list weren't playing that day. What did you make of the preseason games, Matteo?
Yeah, I pretty much agree with you, I reckon, Loz. The Port game, I mean, I don't know, like, I think you'd be pretty shocked if we weren't, clearly better than Port this season, given they've had, a fair bit of turnover, etc., uncertainty there. The Freo game, just like you, I think I was pretty encouraged, to be honest, like you look at the list of outs we had and what people are saying that Freo should be aspiring to this season. I think we performed really admirably and capably. And I think a game like that, we're always going to, I don't know, like I think it was good to reinforce some things. That game, I think, told me that we're going to be defensively pretty strong again this season. And I think it also told me that we can, rely on a couple of, the depth guys. Toby Murray, impressed. Charlie Edwards, I quite like Charlie, particularly up against such a good midfield like Freo's. I thought Mitch Marsh did a few really nice things as well.
Yeah, massive roost.
Yeah, so
That was great.
oh, huge roost. Oh, love that. Yeah, the kind of the to carry on the the Tex legacy, I guess. So yeah, I don't know. You sort of can't take too much out of it, but pretty positive, I think, all things considered.
Yeah, for sure. In terms of the Crows generally, I mean, free seasons, whatever. Like I said, there was a few players out, but how do you think we are going to recover from what was a pretty terrible finals campaign, and that's putting it lightly.
Yeah, pretty terrible last few weeks of the season, really, that made all of us want to forget about footy, which is a bit awkward when you have a footy newsletter, and obviously for you guys, got a podcast, a bit awkward when you really rather not think about your club or the sport in general. But here we are, very glad to have you guys back, of course. Look, I mean, I don't want to take up the whole conversation. So I'll say a little bit, but then I really want to get all your thoughts, obviously. I think there are some warning signs, mostly just plain old, simple, kind of boring regression. The Crows are pretty lucky last season, all things considered, in terms of injuries. Our three best players, and I don't think anyone disputes who those three best players are, Rankin, Dawson and Thilthorpe, until obviously the very end, we had all those guys available. And when you can compare it to 2024, Rankin and Thilthorpe played one game together all season. So if you're after a one-sentence summary of why we kind of sucked in 2024, that was a big reason why. We got pretty much full seasons out of all those guys, and Thilthorpe showed what he can do and the level that he's on. Already this season, obviously, we've been hit by the injury stick a little bit. Curtin and Keane are really important. So I think how the Crows play and particularly how they move the ball out of defence. So that's going to be a watch for me, I think, in that first part of the season. I think already against Free, you can see that might be a little bit of a struggle. Butts and Murray are good defenders, but they're not really as good at the kind of kicking the ball to teammates bit. So look, and I think also there was an element of surprise that probably helped the team last season. I think it's possible that other coaches weren't really expecting to have to plan around us, as much as they did. But at the same time, of course, working the other direction is the fact that there was a pretty big extenuating circumstance that I do think explains not all, but a lot of what happened in the finals. The team was exhausted physically and psychologically. The team was just shagged, obviously. It was just, totally shattered. And what happened. So, I don't know. I think you sort of have to believe, everybody at the club when they say they've learned a lot of things, and they'll hopefully be in a stronger position for it. So, look, do I think we'll finish top of the ladder again? Probably not. Do I think we'll still be a strong team? I think we should be. But, more interested in hearing what you guys think.
I'm fairly in agreement with you there.
Yeah, me too. I'm usually the positive one, as you know. I'm struggling. It's hard. Like, obviously, I think, like Lauren and I were discussing before the pod, regression, like saying we're going to regress slightly is probably a cop-out, really, because I don't feel like we were the best team last year. And that's not a go at you. That's just the general podcast analysis out there seems to be like the Crows are going to regress. I think it's kind of obvious, and I kind of hope it does in a way. I'd rather not finish top again. But yeah, look, it can go two ways, can't it? Because I think our cynicism comes from the fact that we really underperformed in the finals, but we really underperformed in the finals because we were missing some important factors in our team, and like you mentioned, we were off the ball from a lot of external factors. So you can kind of look at it both ways, I think. And I'm kind of choosing to be positive.
Yeah, I think we stunk it up in the finals, but we were winning games without playing particularly well in the lead up to the finals as well. So we were sort of out of form for quite a period of the latter part of last year.
Definitely.
I went to that North Melbourne game, the final kind of round of the home and away season, and that sent up a pretty kind of deep orange warning flag, I think, for me, because we sort of escaped with that game. Really got kind of overrun in the midfield, and it was just our superiority at kind of both, inside both 50s, that meant we won. And I mean, I don't know. You can sort of read these things into it. Who knows if it was really there? But I did sense a little bit that kind of, that psychological fatigue. I think because that was obviously just after the Rankin stuff had come out. It was the first game he was suspended for, and didn't really look like a lot of the team kind of particularly wanted to be there. And I guess, I don't know, the North Melbourne game, obviously, I'm noticing, comments in the chat here. It does highlight, I guess, what a lot of people would consider, the weakness in the midfield, I guess. So, I think the Crows forward line and back line are right up there with the best in the competition. I have no reason to believe the forward line, fitness, and injuries permitting, will be anything other than one of the very best. I mean, I think Thilthorpe is here to stay. He's clearly like an all-Australian level, forward who can kind of do everything, really. Tex, I think Tex had a good season. I think what's important is that we've kind of moved past needing him to be the main guy in there, which I think is really significant. I think our defence, obviously there's that question mark of what it looks like without Keane now, I suppose, but it's still very solid. But I think kind of if the midfield, if we need to improve the midfield to become a better team, then the question is, where does that improvement come from? And is it Sid Draper stepping up? Is it Dan Curtin stepping into the midfield when he comes back from his injury? Or is it kind of, growth from other sources, Rankin spending more time in the midfield? I don't really know the answers to those questions, but I guess it's a pretty important one.
Well, we do seem to have a few options now. I don't know why it seems like we've got a few more options, but obviously Rochelle has been training in the midfield over the preseason a little bit more than he has in the past. So it'll be really interesting to see what kind of year Josh has if he can stay injury-free. I feel like it's one of those years where he could potentially have a massive breakout year and really, stamp his authority on the game and in the midfield. But having said that, there's players that have really caught my eye in the preseason, like Luke Pedler. He's just been really aggressive, obviously in the forward line, but there might be room for him to kind of pinch hit in that midfield too at some point later on down the track. Don't you start spreading rumours. And then obviously there's Jake Saligo, who we haven't really had a good look at because of his injury management with the heart condition. So it's I don't know. There's a few different options there. We've also got Cal Archie, who we haven't really seen play with the team because he was playing State of Origin. So it's going to be really interesting to see how he fits his role.
You're hoping that Archie can sort of free up Rankin and or Rochelle to go into the midfield, which is going to be a massive boost for us.
Yes. And you also mentioned Charlie Edwards earlier, and geez, I thought he was shit hot in that Freo game, to be honest. He looked so good. And then also Sid Draper, who we haven't seen again. So I don't know, it seems like we've got quite a few options of, younger kids who can roll through there. We haven't even mentioned Max Michaelani. I know his name's always floated around of getting into the midfield as well. I don't know, I feel like there's a few options and a few things we can switch up to really kind of cause a bit of chaos with opposition coaches. Ben, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think it is. It's really just seeing what sort of impact we get from some of our more faster dynamic players in there, like your Rankin and Rochelle, and whether that gives us more of a competitive balance to what we've had in the past. So, if that can work and they can stay injury-free, I reckon we're a decent chance of doing something that we couldn't do at the latter end of last year, and that could put us in pretty good stead. But it's still untested really at this stage. But you think about earlier in his career though, Rochelle, when he did go into the middle, he was quite dynamic and got a fair bit, and he was like the clearance king. If he was in there, we'd win the clearance. Yeah. So if that can continue now, and
you just need to do them all game.
Yeah. Well, in the past, the coaches were that paranoid about mentioning anything about more midfield time for Rochelle, whereas this year they're all about how about Rochelle in the midfield, hey?
It seems like they are kind of giving him the opportunity because he really has just done everything that's been asked of him.
It's like he just didn't have the ability to have a tank to do it in previous years, but maybe
injuries also impacted on that last year. I remember, him coming back from his second injury, and he, had to play up forward because he was a bit underdone. So I think, if he's not injured to the same degree this year, he'll get the chance to have a good go at it.
So
we have a track history of being a bit soft on pushing players.
For sure.
Yeah. But
we do.
I think he can be creative and be the sort of player that whether he's bursting out or just finds a player running forwards to get a decent clearance as opposed to our stock standard get it to the guy at the back who hooks it around the corner. I think if we can play dynamic out of there, that's when we get dangerous spread like what tore us to pieces at the end of last year.
Yeah. And the other big changing factor of the Crows midfield is the fact that Rob is just not the most favoured ruckman now. It is Lachlan McAndrew, and Sam could not be happier.
They're almost all gone. I'm going to have to find a new one.
don't think you'll struggle there, Sam.
No,
I think
I'll find
you're pretty.
someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you think, Matteo, that the dynamic is going to change with McAndrew in the ruck? Obviously, he's been playing Samful for quite some time. He obviously has a pretty good connection with our midfield group going by the preseason, and he's obviously got the advantage of the new ruck rules. He's got the jump and everything that Rob doesn't have. So how do you think that's going to change things for the Crows, and is it something that we need to keep an eye on?
Yeah, so the thing that a lot of people have been talking about that the new ruck rules will do is that because, ruckmen will be leaping again, they'll be generating more momentum, more energy when they go up. And it'll sort of mean they'll be able to sort of, tap the ball into a wider arc, I guess, like a bigger area. And that will kind of decongest that centre clearance situation a little bit. So whereas, last season, not only were the ruckmen grappling, but sort of like the midfielders were sort of wrestling with each other as well. Now there'll be a little bit more space for more agile, kind of quicker, smaller midfielders to kind of, actually get some momentum and some speed through there. That's what people have been saying. I don't know if we saw that very much in opening round. Centre bounce scoring didn't really increase in any meaningful way, I don't think. I think specifically from our perspective, I mean, look, yeah, I don't think the new rule changes are good news for Rob, really, because clearly he's a grappler, he's a wrestler, he's a thinker, of course, is what Rob would say. He's not really a jumper. And look, McAndrew, I guess when I look at McAndrew, I see a tap ruckman, and my question marks are, what's he like around the ground? How helpful will he be, kind of intercepting those long kicks down the line, or to help us retain possession when we kick it down the line? I guess a reasonable response to that might be, how much did Rob help us with that? I guess, I don't know. I'm probably one of these newfangled analytics nerds who's kind of largely of the view that hitouts kind of don't really matter all that much. I think winning hitouts is not particularly predictive of actually winning a game or even winning clearances. So look, will Lockie McAndrew make us more likely to win the taps? I don't know. I genuinely don't know the answer to that question. I guess if he helps us generate some more clearances in this kind of new paradigm of ruck rules, that's, I guess, clearly the coaches seem to think it's a trade-off at least worth entertaining in the early part of the season, given the selection choices. I mean, throughout pre-season, it's been McAndrew, in the A's, playing the actual pre-season games, with Toby Murray chopping him out, I guess, as that second ruck, or maybe Thilthorpe. I think I probably speak for a lot of Crows fans when I don't really want Thilthorpe in the ruck more than strictly necessary, especially if these new rules are going to lead to all these kind of PCL knee injuries. You'd obviously hate that. Imagine him just getting injured in some random ruck contest.
Yes, protect.
So look, I think, exactly, protect him and keep him where he's most valuable, where he can actually impact the game. Look, I don't know. I suppose we'll see what it looks like with McAndrew in there.
Yeah.
I'll take just McAndrew not getting in the way. That'll be great.
Not kicking off a shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Didn't he miss a sitter from 10 metres out in one of the preseason games?
Maybe, but I'd forgotten about it, Kate. Don't worry
It's all
about
right.
it.
It's just pre-season.
I think we'll know the answer pretty quick. He's got a couple of
big wins.
He's got Darcy Cameron for Collingwood, who seems to have adjusted pretty well, and then is it Tim English against the Bulldogs? So, and he's another jumpy ruckman. So,
are you saying Rob will be back in round 3?
It's not. I've seen similar reactive selection strategies in the past. So, but I don't know. It'll be interesting. It could be a chance if he can break even or go okay, then he might lock down that spot for a while. But yeah, we'll see.
Sam's dream come true.
Yeah. I read this great, I guess, I don't know if you'd call it a blog or a newsletter, but it was, Matteo, your write-up on the Crows pre-season was just reflecting on how in 2025 we were more concerned with the sort of second and third kind of, contests rather than the first contest. So I guess that gave me some hope that, like you're saying, ruck may not be the be-all and end-all.
Yeah. And that was a really distinctive facet of the way that we found success, I think, last season. I mean, I don't even think this is sort of especially sophisticated analysis, but I think, with the sort of with Darren Burgess, a lot of our players just had a physical advantage over their direct opponents in important moments last season. And I think that was really visible, particularly with guys like Thilthorpe and Curtin, in their ability to just win one-on-one contests. And so it sort of meant that for so much of the season, we're able to, as you say, even if it meant conceding the first clearance, we were really, really confident in our, I guess, the system that we used to generate turnovers and kind of make progress up there. And I think what cost us at the end of the season is we didn't have that kind of precision of kicking from the back half that the best teams like Brisbane really do, that kind of mean even if, they're getting outmarked or whatever, they can just chip it around and move up the field that way. And we really struggled with that. But I think it's the bedrock of how we play under Matthew Nicks, really, is that ability to win contests outside of clearance situations. Because a lot of people hear the word contest and they're like, oh, that's a clearance. Isn't the Crows midfield bad? Yeah, I mean, it kind of is. But the ability of our players one-on-one. And I'm even talking about guys like Worrell, Miller, Keys, Neil Bullen. These are all fantastic one-on-one players who you can really trust to win a direct one 6 times out of 10. And you kind of stack that enough times. And, and again, like, it's kind of simple. It's how you win games of footy.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome.
Exciting times. And what do you make of the Rory Laird extension, Mateo? I know that's going to come up eventually.
Yeah, I'm a fan of it. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty common sentiment, isn't it, online to just say, Laird should be out of the team or whatever. I think the move down back has fitted him like a glove. I just think it's fine to be frustrated with his, kicks up the chimney and hooks around the corner. But I think one of the first things you need inside defensive 50 is to actually win the ball. And Rory Laird is one of the best players at winning the ball cleanly inside defensive 50 in the AFL, like, to this day. And that's sort of, and that's it. And would I like it if he gave it to Miller and to Worrell a little bit more to kick it out of defensive 50 instead of doing it himself? Yeah, I guess I would. But no issues with the extension.
We've had Griteo spamming the chat this entire time, but I will ask one of the questions that he wants to ask you. Ludovic and Bison, what do you make of both of them? Are they likely to get games early?
I'd say Ludovic probably not, because he's a stick insect at the moment, isn't he, Archie Ludovic? Although, I've really liked what he's done in some of the scratch games internally. Apparently, he's been really impressive. It seems like it could possibly be a clever bit of drafting, because he slid all the way down to 50. I didn't necessarily think that we needed another key forward, but our recruiters disagreed. Mitch Marsh looks really likely. I think. I mean, my understanding is that he played against Freo only because Thilthorpe had that. He was a layout with that back soreness. He didn't really look out of place, though. I mean, he dropped a couple of marks, but I think you can put that down to the wind. I don't know. He kicks long. He presents really beautifully. He seems to sort of fit quite well already in that system. What you guys were talking about with all those kind of options of guys who can roll through the midfield, that obviously applies as well to that sort of half forward wing, almost third tall position that Mitch Marsh would probably be contending for. So, would he play ahead of guys like Walker or Archie or Pedler, etc.? Well, we don't know, probably not. But I'd say the early signs are pretty encouraging that he's one for the future.
Yeah, sure. Cool. That's good. Yes. Promising.
Alrighty. Well, now that we've talked the Crows, I want to talk about footy in general. And we did send you some of our season prediction questions, Mateo.
Before we were trying to talk about opening round, I can't wait. Sorry, keep going.
No, I don't want to talk about that yet at all. All right, before I get to the other teams, let's talk about the Crows. Sam, who do you have for Crows Club champion?
Who did I put down? Rochelle.
Ooh, interesting. Kate?
Really boring with Dawson.
That is boring.
Oh, that is really boring.
And probably true. Ben?
We know who Captain Boring's gone for. Straight down the line.
No, I went with Rankin.
Okay.
Just now, he just changed mine.
Did you see my hands near the keyboard?
Nuz has also gone the boring answer of Riley Thilthorpe. Matteo, your thoughts on who could clip the club champion this year?
Yeah, I reckon I'm probably in the same boat as Nuz here. Riley Thilthorpe, particularly if he spends less time in the ruck and more time in a useful position, like up forward.
Well, I actually also had Isaac Rankin. I reckon he might, if he gets a full season and plays majority of games, I reckon he could get up there and pip Dawson for the nod and the gold jacket. All right. Who's going to be the club's leading goal kicker? I feel like we're all going to have the same answer to this.
I think you'd be crazy if you didn't.
Does anyone not have Riley Thilthorpe?
No.
No.
I don't, but maybe we'll have a late Darcy Fogarty breakout season.
Oh, I love that.
We've been waiting for one of those for about
70
4
goals.
years.
Yeah. This thing.
Where do you think the Crows are going to finish, Sam?
I put 6th, and not in like a sad way or looking down on the season way.
Yeah.
I'm all right with it.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Fair enough. Ben?
I had us at 3rd.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I did the ladder predictor and I had us at 7th, but I was probably pretty harsh on the Crows, to be honest. So, yeah, I reckon, 6th, 5th, 6th is probably what I'm thinking.
Nuz has got us down for the wild card at 9th. 9th?
First winner from Wildcard.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Mateo, where do you think we're going to finish on the ladder?
Well, we were the first team to win from 8th, weren't we? So maybe we can be the first team to win from the wild card round.
Yeah, that's
Be
good.
pretty
I like
Maybe
that.
crazy.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. Look,
Imagine
I have not a
finishing
ladder
top
predictor. I'm
and
not going to do a
bombing out
ladder
of
predictor.
and then winning from 9.
Yeah. Imagine that. Yeah, that'd be crazy. Look, I reckon 6th or 7th feels about right. The first month, unfortunately, is quite tough, and we're not going to have Curtin and Keane. So I think we'll be behind the 8 ball, but I still think we're a good team. So we'll kind of get up. Maybe I'll say 6th, so we don't, we avoid that wild card round.
Yeah, right. Well, I did do a ladder predictor, and I've
How many half wins?
like 3.
Oh, yeah.
And they're mostly like Collingwood and GWS and Bulldogs games. But I reckon 4th.
Okay.
I reckon we'll still make the top 4. And that is with me thinking that some other teams will slip down further than we will. So we'll see about that. I got the total wins at 16 though to get to 4th.
I'll tell the truth and say I didn't do a ladder predictor, but I put 14.
Okay. Ben, total wins?
Yeah, I had came out with the same number as you, Lauren. I had 16. I'm partly, this is almost the thing that hurts the most that Dan's not here. I even set up a spreadsheet for half wins, losses. I was going to just pass across to him if he wanted it.
But you didn't land on a half.
No. I had us as 12 wins, 3 losses, and 8 50-50 games.
Right.
Oh, God.
That is ridiculous. I've just
I understand that.
I've
Don't
just
worry.
made the decision.
I had 15.
15.
Yeah, on my ladder predictor. Yeah.
Mateo, I'm not sure if I think I sent you the total games, but just throw a number out.
Yeah. Yeah, I reckon I've got 15 as well, Loz. I haven't had a super close look at the fixture beyond the first, 4 or 5 games, I think. But that feels about right. A little bit of a dip. Got those injuries, but it's our worst is still pretty good and really competitive.
We can still stay up there, I reckon. All right, now going with like the rest of the league, who's going to be premier again this year?
Freo. Way to go. It's their year, finally. I picked them every year for
I was
this.
going to say this every year until they win.
Until they
Years
win.
of Freo, and they're finally in the 5th year they might get up. I reckon it's going to be Brisbane again, unfortunately. I think they're just too good.
I just hope they don't. I hate Brisbane now.
Ditto.
I wanted them to
Who
win last
doesn't?
year, but they
We all
stink.
hate them.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I just think they're just so solid
They are.
in their team.
Well, they got better.
Yeah, and better. Ben?
I hate to agree with Sam, but I did have Freo,
Oh,
Freo beating Sydney in the grand final.
okay.
I had Sydney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a bad call, to be honest, because
Charlie
I
Curnow.
feel like
Yeah.
they're coming good.
They've had-
Mateo, who's your pick for the year?
Some very good picks here, but I'm going to suggest a team that hasn't been mentioned yet, and that's Gold Coast. I think, unfortunately, Gold Coast are here, and it's a bit like the Terminator because I think they're going to be a team for the next 10 years, really.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you say that.
I reckon Gold Coast.
It's funny you say that, Matteo, because Nuz has the Dogs winning the GF this year, but he's also got Suns as the grand final loser, as do I.
As do
I
I.
think they're going to get up there.
Yeah, agree.
Ben?
I had Sydney losing to Freo.
Sydney losing to Freo?
I had Brisbane losing to Freo.
Wow. Well, yeah, I agree with Matteo. I think that the Suns are going to be the team to watch, and I hate that.
Ditto.
Remember last year we were like, oh, they're going to be so shit. This year we're like, I think they're going to be good.
I actually wrote down in my notes that if we get knocked out of the finals by Gold Coast, I think that might make me give up caring about football.
No.
Well, then we can call it. I say, let's call it.
Yeah. All right.
If
I'm actually.
Yeah,
I'm
at least we did. At least we didn't lose to them in their first final, though.
That's true.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
That's
that's
true.
That would have been the ultimate. You know what happened to Freo? I think that would have been the worst case scenario.
Look,
Yeah.
Freo are definitely a team to watch as well. And for my top 8, I'll read my top 4 because I don't think we need to go through the
No,
full
I
8.
didn't even do it because I thought it was a bit
Look,
long.
the top 8 are going to, I think, is going to be pretty similar to last year, but I do have Brisbane, Sydney, Fremantle, and Adelaide as the top 4. I think Sydney are going to be extremely good this year, unfortunately.
Yeah. I just hope Hawks and Geelong fall. That's my hope.
Well, have you wild cards? Who's going to be 9th and 10th and going to get in the wild card round? Richmond.
Oh, Ninthman.
Ninthman, yeah.
I boycotted wild card round tipping because I think it's stupid.
Well, it is stupid, Ben, but it exists now.
Well, the AFL can't make me.
Well, that's true. I've got Collingwood and Hawthorn slipping all the way down to 9th and 10th. But I'll be honest, I did this list before the St Kilda and Pies game was over, and now I wonder if I'm wrong.
Maybe St Kilda for that 9th or 10th.
I do have Saints getting into the 8, so
Yeah.
we'll see about that.
I had Geelong and Fremantle. I'm surprised you guys have listed Fremantle so high because I think they'll scrape in, but I don't think they'll be great.
Longmire sounds like he's having heaps of fun.
I had my slight
He's having no fun.
non-Victorian bias where I was not till 7th that a Victorian team came in, which was Geelong because they're slightly down the road. And then Footscray because they're a slightly outer suburb.
Right. He's gone anti-Victorian.
Anti-Melbourne.
Any picks for the wild carders, Matteo?
Totally echo the sentiment that it would be brilliant if Hawthorn and Geelong slid down the ladder finally. I mean, I'm not. I don't think Geelong will slide quite that far, but maybe Hawthorn. I'm skeptical about St Kilda. I don't really think they have the quality still, and obviously, last night did nothing to dispel that for me. I think a team that hasn't been mentioned yet, and with totally reasonably, because I think most people think they're doing a rebuild, but I wouldn't be totally shocked if Melbourne snuck into 10th or something, or around there, around that wild card round. I think that they don't totally think that they're rebuilding, and they really rate some of their young talent, and they still think there's talent on the list. So, look, I don't think, they're not going to finish top 4, right? But I wouldn't be shocked if they made the wild card round. And then what? So I'll say Hawthorn, Melbourne, Freo, and gosh, I don't know, Crows.
Yes, interesting.
Wow.
I mean, I guess Port is another team that could potentially slip in there if they have a decent year.
Yeah.
Butters one last hurrah. They might pick it up.
Contract season.
All right, so now we've got.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say I can totally appreciate why a Crows fan wouldn't have looked at this, but if anyone's looked at the first sort of month of Port's season, they'll probably be 4-1. They have an extremely soft start to the season, which you would think would be when they'd be most vulnerable, really, when Josh Carr is obviously getting used to the job and trying to bed in his game plan. They could easily be top 4 after the first month of the season, and that would be a slightly false position, but I think it would get people talking about them in a different way. Even though, I obviously don't think they'll be a top 4 team. So I think they're a good smoky for a wild card spot, actually.
Yeah, definitely. All right, and now the big awards at the end of the year. If you don't have this guy as your rising star, then I'll question everything. But surely it's going to be Jagger Smith,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's who I had. Yep.
without a doubt. Who you got for the Coleman? Sam?
Mr. Draper.
Oh, that would be so good.
I went
Curnow?
Curnow for Coleman, yeah.
Ben?
Went with the Gold Coast guy, the King from Gold Coast.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, that's probably good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went with Curnow as well.
Yeah, right. I've gone Filthy. He's getting it this year. Mateo, who's your Coleman pick?
Riley Philthorpe is your 2026 Coleman Medal winner.
Please.
So good.
And now last one. Brownlow. Who is taking the Brownlow home this year?
Nick
Sam?
Dacos is going to win the Brownlow by about 25 votes, and the AFL is going to make it happen.
Well, this will shock you, but my words were everyone is going to make sure Dacos gets it with 55 votes.
Yeah, I had Dacos as well.
Well, I think Dacos is going to lose again.
They literally changed the rules so he
good
can
if-
win.
Yeah,
Nah.
100%.
That was just Collingwood. That was in the Copeland.
No,
the
so
stats
the
as well.
umps can see the stats.
Did you see Collingwood also changed their best and fairest?
Yeah.
They're like, we got to reward these freakishly good games. So
Yeah.
they're weighted.
But now
more.
the
Bit more of a
umpires,
vibes-based system from Collingwood.
yeah.
now the umpires are also going to be able to see the stats for one Nasiah Wanganeen Miller, who I think is going to pip Dacos.
Oh, did you watch him last
That'd
night?
be
He got tagged out of
He
the
got
game.
tagged, but they'll work on that. Mateo, you got a pick for the Brownlow. Is it Dacos?
I think it'll be pretty close this season, guys, between Luke Pedler and Sam Berry. But I reckon Heads might just tip him.
Hey, you never know. Things can happen.
And if it's not one of those, then I mean, it's probably going to be Dacos, isn't it? He probably should have won one already. He's pretty ridiculous, and you know we might kind of groan about the glazing he gets from the AFL. He is pretty good.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah.
Look, he is good. But do you know what? I think if he wins, that's kind of boring now, isn't it?
Yeah, but they're always boring, I reckon.
Yeah,
I
agree.
Matt Rowell really a boring choice.
not
He ate
boring.
grass.
Yeah, it is boring. I find the Brownlow's a terrible award in my opinion, but
Yeah.
we've gone through this many times.
It will be interesting to see how this, looking at the stats, changes things around.
Yeah.
if at all.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, Mateo, that's about it, I think, for predictions. Thank you very much for joining us. And I think you will be joining us a little more regularly through the season for some great game analysis. You and Ben can take that away because that's what our listeners want and what we need. So we hope that you'll join us again very soon, hopefully in the next few weeks.
Are you going to come in, Mateo? Do you live locally?
No, he's
He's
in
in
Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Oh, he's in Melbourne. Oh, well,
I do not.
probably.
Yeah, I'm the Melbourne correspondent. I'm the Melbourne Kiwi Crow correspondent. But obviously, my pleasure to drop in.
Yeah.
I'm around to be on the show a little bit more often. So thanks very much, guys.
Yeah, it'd be
No
awesome.
worries.
Thanks,
And
mate.
also,
Thank
we
you.
did discuss earlier that we do, if you're going to come on the show, like we do need a segment name for you, Mateo. And you did send me a few options. So far,
we might need to workshop these, I reckon.
we've got the Sizzle Hour.
So I think they might need some work.
The Sizzle Hour. Now, if people aren't sure about Sizzle, your nickname on the Discord is the Sizzler, so that's where that one's come from. We've also got Crow Percenters or the Crow Lab.
I don't mind that one.
Crow Lab, I don't mind either. But listeners, people in the chat, if you have a suggestion for Mateo's segment name,
Anyone but Grateo, because he's going to put about 13 in there right now.
And
Send
if
it
your
through.
suggestion is cheesy garlic bread, don't worry. No one likes that.
but yes, we will have you again anytime you like, Mateo.
Yep.
Come and join us for a good game analysis. And yeah, hopefully we have some good wins and it will be lots of positive chat.
Hopefully.
Amazing. Yeah. No, thank you guys for the opportunity. I love nothing about the Crows. It's one of my guilty
Yes.
pleasures, and you guys are the best in business. So thank you.
Thanks
mate.
so much, man.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Mateo.
it. Thanks.
All right, that's fantastic. Thank you, Mateo. All right, what else are we talking about? Oh, opening round and AFL goss. Where do you want to start? Opening round? I didn't watch any games. I got nothing.
Ditto.
Can they just hurry up? Well, did you see we're going to try and vie for an opening round spot next year?
Yeah, everyone is.
Yeah, so like, by the time we're in, they might as well just put everyone in, and then
right.
it's just the opening round for everyone.
Surely it's heading that way, isn't it?
It's just so dumb.
Just pull round one forward a bit.
Like, I get what they're trying to do, but it doesn't even make sense anymore. Like, and the NRL's just goes around it anyway. They don't care.
Is it also?
They've been in Vegas.
Is it even working? What were the crowds like up there?
Well, the AFL tell you that they're getting record memberships and it spikes because of opening round, this and that. I would suggest that maybe Brisbane winning premierships and all
Gold Coast
of the northern
recruits
teams starting to be reasonably good. Maybe that's just going to spike anyway, even if you don't do some stupid poxy
And then
opening
a
round.
game at the MCG, which they knew they were going to get 82
Oh,
anyway.
the old, I mean, it just goes all against their whole, it's all about the northern states. But, we better make sure someone in Victoria is happy as well.
Of course.
Yeah, no, it's just very strange. Very
And
strange.
it cuts like people's pre-seasons short, which I don't think is great either. Like, I think it leads to a lot of, disadvantages in both directions. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's right. And, you're building in what's the word, inequity straight into it, where teams get extra buys, they stretch out their season a little bit more. Not to mention, it stuffs up the whole fantasy competition to start off the year. So
Someone did ask in the chat how your fantasy team's going, Ben. I ignored that because we're not talking about it.
I feel like it's coming together. I think it all pivots, I think, around whether Rob is a chance to get back in the team or whether McAndrew gets a good run at it.
I think you'd be crazy to rely on McAndrew playing more than a couple of games. That's me, and I can't stand Riley O'Brien. So
You might just have to call me crazy at the moment, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Thought we weren't talking about
Anyway,
that.
we won't be talking any more about. What was the other thing we were going to talk about? Opening round and just what else?
Just
in general.
AFL goss. Well, what else is happening? Maybe actually, I've got a Pete's Pizza.
Oh yes. I put that on the board.
Hooray.
Yeah, I reckon we should play it because I think it's a season. It's just an AFL Pete's Pizza, and we haven't had a pizza for ages. So thanks very much, Pete, for contributing. And I haven't listened to this, so I have no idea what he's
I'm
saying.
going in cold as well.
Fingers crossed, we're not going to get sued.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Pete's Pizzas. Thanks again to the Here We Crow crew for giving us all a platform to share our angst and our musings about the most unprofessional professional league in the world together.
Oh, Ben,
So
might
I'm going to
be
give you three
treading on your
pizzas to chew
toes
on
here.
after the AFL administration's extremely disappointing display over the off-season. First up, I'm talking about India. Incredible India. Our esteemed and great AFL CEO Andrew Dillon decided that in order for his AFL empire to grow, he needs Aussie rules to become a stronghold in the wonderful country of India. And so Andrew has set a target of reaching 1 million Aussie rules participants in India by 2033. This is great. I love seeing our wonderful game being played by people all over the world. However, it does make me wonder why Andrew and his team at the AFL aren't also shoring up grassroots footy in the rural and regional areas of Australia as well. Pretty sure there's about 50 footy clubs that are struggling to pay their energy insurance bills right now, and they'd love to have some financial support from the AFL. So, Andrew, I'm serving you an extra hot and spicy beef rendang pizza. And there's no cucumber or yogurt until you cough up some cash for rural and regional footy clubs. Second, I'm talking about Swan. Greg Swan. Yeah, he's considered by Clubland to be a safe pair of hands on virtue of being an old white bloke. But is he really any better than the rest of them? When asked about centre ball ups and how the ruckman now risk PCL injuries, Swanee happily said, if a few PCLs happen, then we'll change the rule. That's great. Let's wait until someone gets a 10-week injury before we reconsider a rule that has prescribed how two players must contest the ball in a completely different way to the rest of the game. Swanee noticed the ruckmen put their arms around each other at contests around the grounds without giving away a free kick, but as soon as a fullback does that to a full forward, we all know that's a free kick. Make that make sense. Guaranteed, if Jordan Butts puts his arm around Dan McStay 20 metres out from goal, it will be a free kick every day of the week and twice at the G. So to Greg Swanee, old mate Swan, I'm giving you a foie gras goose pizza to think about how many PCL injuries it will take before you rethink how a ruckman should contest the footy. And finally, opening round. How the hell can the AFL continue to justify this mess? I don't give a flying fart if it helps grow football in Queensland and New South Wales. What it does do is create stupid inequities in the fixture because of the ridiculous bye rounds for the first month of the season. Why can't we have 2 games in New South Wales, 2 games in Queensland, and have 5 games across the rest of Australia to open the season all on the same weekend? And let's call it, I don't know, round 1. Let's start it on the second weekend of March. But nah, what would the AFL marketing and scheduling team do if they didn't create an extra complicated work for themselves? So to the entire AFL administration that keep telling us opening round is the best thing since Tony Modric kicked 129 goals in 1993, I'm giving you a big donut pizza. It's covered in sugar with nothing in the middle, just like the first 5 weeks of this silly AFL season. Thanks, everyone.
Well done, Pete. Very good.
Well done, Pete.
Pete hasn't lost his touch.
He hasn't at all. No, he's as doughy as ever. Ben, you had a new segment for the show this year, and I think maybe Pete mentioned a few of the things you might bring up in this segment. What was it called again? Can you remind me? We don't have a stinger yet because Dan quit. So
Well, it was based on the old, very old Pearl Jam song, the old "Why do I keep effing up?" But maybe why do they keep effing up? So
you can swear, Ben. It's all right.
No.
I can't wait.
I've got to save that for when the passion's high.
Yeah.
But
got that
I do actually.
but yeah, I feel like
loose cannons. I don't know if we've ever played that one. He's probably banned that.
yeah.
It's all right. No one heard
that
it.
that was said back in the days of black and white television.
Pretty much.
A long time ago.
Was that back? That would have been in my basement, I reckon. The first season.
A bit of prospect action there, I reckon.
That was when we were getting drunk.
Yeah, that's right.
So, but yes, I feel like the AFL are patting themselves on the back because State of Origin wasn't an absolute
failure.
So I think that and a few other things, they're going to be trying to make it seem like, we've got things back on track. We know what we're doing, but I have very little faith.
I haven't warmed to Dylan any more than I had last season.
No.
My God, he's just awful.
There's not a lot of personality there,
No.
is there?
Well,
But I don't know,
it's
whatever.
not personality, but there's a lot of stubbornness in terms of telling us that black is white and white is black.
Yeah, that's very true. Speaking of State of Origin, what did you think?
I watched about 2 minutes of it, if I'm honest. I didn't care.
Yeah, right.
Just looked like a hit and giggle to me.
I actually thought it was pretty good, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I quite enjoyed it. Yeah,
It was
I
a
watched
fairly
the whole
highly
thing.
skillful game, but
Highly skilled, and I did think that they were going for it.
Yeah,
Like,
they
they didn't
cracked
really
in.
seem to be like,
I don't know really where they go from here because you can't really bake in just Victorian WA playing
Absolutely
it. And
not.
then,
That's right.
and AFL couldn't possibly consider a non-big V sort of a year of
Exactly.
it. So I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
to
I
see.
have no problem with it. I just, it just didn't faze me at that point. But
Don't know.
is what it is.
See how it goes
Yeah.
next few years.
Is there any other AFL goss, or should we move on to the Crows goss?
No, I don't really have much written down. Oh, they want to change I saw that today. They wanted to change the top 10 for the draft and drafting, father sons and stuff. That seems to be like it might actually be coming in now. They want to protect the top 10, so that
Okay.
it looks like that might screw over Carlton pretty well.
When you
And
say
Port, I
protect,
think.
you mean you can't
Yeah.
react to it. You can't
Well,
react to a bid.
The article was kind of weirdly written. It said like they were going to try and keep the top 10 selections available to the bottom 10 teams, but then also went on to say that they were going to put on a percentage increase in the points that you need for those for teams that finished in the finals. So like if you have a father son available, then you'd have to pay more for that pick, that high pick, which I like. I don't mind that. I still think that I still want father son to exist, and if a player's good, I like the idea of them playing for their club, and they don't happen that often.
Port would make a lot of noise if they can't get Cochrane because they've been fighting to try and get him for years.
Yeah.
And they basically did nothing last year so that they could get him this year.
Well, the loud one's going to be Carlton and Cody Walker.
Right.
I think father-son, will be naturally more protected, but it's these academy players that
That's the
Yeah.
one that
It's
needs to
gonna be-
change is the academy.
going to be
ones.
interesting.
Yeah.
Gold Coast are just looking formidable.
And Brisbane.
and Brisbane
everyone's
already
getting
are.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting times. Now, before we get into Sam's segment, let's talk some Crows goss. And boy, were the rumours running hot to the point where we had to have the club shut down rumours and reveal Jake Soligo's medical condition. Now, I don't want to. Well, you've already mentioned the rumour, so I wasn't going to go into it because I didn't want to breathe fire onto anything. But
Perpetuate anything.
It's kind of like that Rosie rumour that came out. Like, where do they come from? And, well, I know where they come from. They come from Big Footy.
Yeah.
But, what possesses you to post this stuff to random people on the internet that you don't know about someone you have no personal interest in?
Yeah.
I just don't really understand what you think that's going to achieve.
I try and start them about Paul all the time, but none of them take hold.
Oh, so you were the Rosie one, were you?
No, it's a bit weird.
It's super detrimental to the players as well. There was, the gambling rumor kind of got out, and then there were multiple names attached to that on both Big Footy and on Reddit.
Yeah.
Which I think is just so unfair. What are you doing? You're trying to kill the reputation of a 20-year-old kid for what?
Yeah. Yeah, because the weirdest thing is that they are Crows fans as well, which is what I find the most strange. Like if it was a Port supporter doing it, putting names out there, you kind of go, whatever, who cares? But
and I guess the other thing is because we're all pessimists as Crows fans, people straight away believe that where there's smoke, there's fire, and this has to be true.
club statement.
Yeah, exactly. People
Get that banner out.
please don't. But on some happier goss for the Crows, the T20 squad, the Prince Alfred College cricket squad, won their grand final for their T20, which is good news.
Right.
I know there's people out there that will think that players shouldn't be pursuing other sports opportunities during a pre-season, but I actually think it's good.
It's good as long as they don't get hurt.
Yeah, well, I think that's the main concern. But are they really, what are they going to do playing cricket, really? It's half-assed cricket. They're old men. You know? Well, Tex is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, I don't have a problem with them playing cricket. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good.
Well, I'm glad you don't have a problem with it.
Did you think I was going to?
Oh, I don't know. It's hard to say with you
I am
sometimes.
It's fair. It's fair.
Yeah, they've done it for charity events occasionally and stuff, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think a couple of them are pretty handy cricketers. So, they would
Yeah.
obviously enjoy it.
I was going to go to one of the games, but I ran out of time. I didn't have time to do it. But I reckon it'd be a pretty fun watch, actually. So
Yeah, it would be.
I got a Crow in the Wild story. I forgot to tell you. Yeah,
hear
I
it.
was sitting next to Sam Jacobs at Peter Coombe on Saturday.
that is not what I thought you were going to say.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. Well, technically, I wasn't sitting right next to him, but he was in the row. Like his family was sitting next to my group of friends.
Just go by yourself or take your daughter as well.
No, just to make it okay.
He's a
I took
Peter
my
mega
daughter.
fan.
Yeah. No, if I said afterwards, it was one of the worst hours I've ever paid for. It was quite unenjoyable. So,
Really?
Yeah. There was multiple factors which I won't go into here because they're a little bit sensitive. But
okay.
Yeah.
Can't wait to hear after
I'll
the
be
pod's
honest
over.
with you guys afterwards. Nothing weird being a kids concert. Don't get any ideas here, people. It was just it was a strange affair. Anyway, so.
Did he make you physically wash your face with orange juice at the show?
Yeah.
What,
Belly
Peter
flopping
Coombe?
in pizza.
No, he didn't. He actually, Lizzie was annoyed. I know nothing about Peter Coombe other than that he lives down where I live. Well, not far from where I live. But apparently he only played his old songs towards the end, which got a few the old stages a little bit unhappy.
Right.
They're all new songs, which not many people. Well, the oldies didn't know.
No one knows him. Yeah.
Nah.
Fair enough.
So
Peter,
Sam
what are you
Jacobs
thinking?
spent most of the time on his phone.
Oh yeah.
Fair.
Well,
Yeah.
I saw him at a free event. I went with my sister and her partner and my nephew, and that was like January sometime, and it was he was really good. I didn't have to pay at all.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about Peter Coombe?
Yeah, I
not
saw
Sam
Peter
Jacobs?
Oh yeah, I thought you said Sam Jacobs was at a
Sam
free
Jacobs.
event.
He's
Yeah.
taking money.
Peter Coombe,
Yeah.
but I didn't have to
there
pay.
you go.
Maybe that made a big difference.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I saw a crow in the wild this week too. Actually, I spotted Chelbo. Chelsea Bedell at the coming out of the Tom Gleeson show. I assume she was there because I was there, but it was after the show that I spotted her. So that was my crow in the wild for the week.
You a big Tom Gleeson fan?
You know what? I think I am.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
It's not really something that I would have said
I was
out
just
loud.
surprised when you said that in the chat, and I was going to question it. I thought, no, I won't be mean.
Well,
but-
like I went with a friend from work who is from Indonesia,
Oh, yeah.
and he's a big British comedy fan. But he doesn't really know any Australian comedy, and wanted to go to something because he said that his Asian friends don't get comedy, so he wanted to go with me, and I gave him a few options, and Tom Gleeson was one of them. And I love Hard Quiz. I think Hard Quiz is pretty funny.
Oh, yeah, he's
And
fine.
yeah, it was a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say yes, I am a Tom Gleeson fan.
No, it's good.
I was hoping to run into him after to see what footy team he barracks for. I think he's a Demons supporter actually.
Okay.
So
it didn't feature in the ad.
no, I actually think his number one sport is actually cricket. It's not football.
okay.
So
Yeah.
if we were doing a cricket podcast, we could get him on easy, but unfortunately not.
Were you a fan of the ad, the Melbourne membership ad? I quite enjoyed that.
To be honest, I didn't watch it because
Didn't see
I am sick of Broden Kelly. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry to say it out loud.
that's fair. But it was a really cleverly done ad. They basically just leaned into, how pathetic they've been over the years. And it's
I
quite
mean,
well done.
when you're at that point, you have to.
yeah.
absolutely.
The fans aren't going to be fooled. They know
But at the end of the day, they won a premiership not that long ago. So
No,
it's-
that's right.
that is
Yeah.
true.
they can kind of do it.
Sam, what's in this spring?
If you want to know what's in the spring, get into Rowan Jarman.
I got a few bad things and I stole the bad things from what we've put in our new little Discord channel.
You just did what's in this spring, so these are the good.
Oh, these are good things. Yeah. But I've
Do you
only
have
really got one. I've only really got one. So I'll open it up to if anyone else has got any more positives. But I was my daughter didn't want to go to sleep last night, so she was up and about, and she was sitting on me. And my wife asked her if she wanted to go to bed, and she said, "No, I'm watching the football." So I was like, she's not 2 yet, so
Wowee.
yeah, just really wanted to see if those Saints were going to get over the line.
Oh, amazing.
I've got a
That's
similar
hilarious.
experience where Caleb really soothes quite well and falls asleep to watching Gardening Australia,
Ooh.
Wow.
we
which
all-
works
They
wonderfully
really
to
are
me.
your children, aren't
Which
they?
is surprising considering you'd be getting so hyped up and sweaty
that's
watching that.
I don't know how you watch things of your interest, Sam, but some of us can control ourselves.
I didn't really have any other.
I had one.
good
Well, I
things.
had one. Indy Rashid has signed a
yes.
extension
Oh, yep.
with the women's team, so that's fantastic news. One more year at the Crows, so she's contracted until the end of 2027 now, which is really good for us because we are just waiting for her to divert to port and really don't want that to happen anytime soon. So I think she's really settled in with the girls and is loving her time at the Crows, which is fantastic. So that's excellent.
Yeah, I'd say another good is they're bringing back Matt the Saxman for the season
Of
again.
course,
That's
yes.
going to be awesome.
Saxman is back. There's no getting rid of him now.
Surely.
really.
I agree.
Any other goods?
No, I didn't really have any. Ben, you got anything? Anything you want to add in there?
No, nothing you'd be interested in.
Okay.
Footwear sacrificed at half price and equipment slashed to half price. Rowan Jarman's huge half price sale. Don't miss it.
Well, we've got quite a few here.
There's a bit of a run here from
Yeah.
the Discord. So KO, who put KO in there?
Me. That was me.
How expensive it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It just goes up by $5 every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And wasn't it like in the preseason games, they were just losing transmission constantly?
Yes, I heard
Well,
complaints.
I had a weird thing at home where I could watch it on one television, but not the other two televisions. And I couldn't watch it on my phone because it said I wasn't connected to the internet, but I was able to stream other things on my phone. And it
Jesus.
made zero sense about what was going on. And I'm, Sam knows I'm pretty good at IT.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, one,
You're
of
a
the, one of
whiz.
the best.
Yeah.
I have got right into IPTV over the last couple of months just because sports got so expensive to watch. So anyone who wants it to watch it cheaper, this is a really good option. But it's
know
not
what it is.
great for footy because, obviously they don't really care about Australian sports on these massive, pirate channels. So it works, but only to some degree. So I had to sign back
Yeah.
up to KO. I'm paying $1
it's-
for the first month. We'll see how it goes.
It's
but
slightly cheaper if you do it through the Crows digital membership, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
But you got to
but
pay for the whole 12 months.
Exactly, you got to pay for it all up front.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Apparently,
pretty-
the trick is just to cancel because they've got the automated half price thing basically on there at the moment. So if you just go into your account and cancel, they'll just give you a much better price. So probably try that if you haven't already.
I'm still just paying for Foxtel, so
Yeah, I was until like the last season ended, and then I sent it back because it was still, they were going to offer me pretty cheap actually. It was probably where KO is now per month for the boxed one.
yeah.
But
I think I'm like paying $70 a month, and that includes HBO.
Yeah.
So it's actually like works out to be about the same price. But I guess, yeah, if KO's gone up, it's probably more expensive now.
yeah, it was getting super close. Yeah.
What else you got?
What else we got in here? We have, Dan does footy. We were talking about this beforehand and how that's gone downhill. I wasn't the biggest fan beforehand, but I certainly like put it on every now and again. And I put this first episode with the new guy on the other day, and that was a shocker.
Look, no offense to this guy whose name's Joey, I think, but
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it just like, could you get a more monotone dude voice on your podcast? Good opportunity to get a woman, number one.
You guys have certainly tried on this podcast.
Yeah, but you're actually funny. This guy just laughs at Dan's jokes, which not always that
No,
funny.
I can't get around laughing at other people's jokes.
Yeah, you should never laugh, Ben.
It's just not as much of a double act anymore. Like it's a bit more of a yes man kind of a thing.
yeah, and also what's with the other guy piping up now as well, like in the background,
Yeah,
who you
the
can't
editor.
actually see on the screen. He's just piping up as well. And now it's like three guys and like, I don't know. Yeah, definitely Ollie's presence is missed.
Yes.
I'm still listening because I do like Dan's insights and I do find him funny most of the time. But yeah, it's just a bit of a circle jerk pod at the moment.
It is now, yeah. Hopefully it improves.
Not
We'll
like
see.
this one.
Membership reward recognition. This is Kate.
This is me too, yeah. Did you guys get earlier in the year, the Crows are going to offer these sorts of like extra perks to members who've been like members for a certain amount of time. So we'll go like, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 25 years. It basically just boils down to you get a pin.
Cool.
That's it. That's
I
all.
shouldn't admit this, but I'm pretty sure my membership pack goes to 2 houses ago address. And I haven't bothered fixing it because I don't get anything good anyway. So
I thought I selected the pack this year and I just got the lanyard card in the mail on its own with not even a lanyard. So
For
what
real?
am I supposed to hang it on? Yeah.
But you just put it on your phone anyway, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I've got the card but nothing else. So I'm a bit confused by
What a
that.
shit show.
And then I got my voucher code in my email. So I don't know what the hell I picked. But whatever.
Small segue into a possible future segment that Kate proposed today about us giving ideas to the membership team about improving the rubbish we get.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, well, clearly the member engagement panel is not doing a good enough job. So
No.
we need to contribute some extra.
I like the voucher idea. I think that's a good thing instead of giving just the rubbish that you were giving there for a while, a few years back.
Just the same
I think it's
different
good.
scarf every year.
Yeah. It's just that, like, again, we say this every year. Like, what is there to buy?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not. Actually, they did just bring out new hats, and there's a pink one, so
Oh, yeah.
maybe I'll get a pink hat.
I've got my eyes on a beanie this year.
Oh, okay.
A beanie. Yeah, right.
Those
you
cold,
wait till we see
cold
that
winter nights.
Iwi Crow merch, though. Whew, it's looking sharp.
My eye could be turned.
I added a late one in to the Discord actually, just before Pete reminded me when he was talking about the AFL India thing. Andrew Dillon wants AFL to be, or Aussie rules to be part of the Olympics in Brisbane in 2020. What is it? 8?
He needs to go.
Well, Andrew Dillon just wants to look for the next flashy, fancy thing as opposed to just doing what we're doing at the moment well.
But
He
it's
gets-
like who's going to play Australia
Yeah.
in the football Olympics?
Well, it's like more of an exhibition.
He
I don't
just
think
gets-
it's like going to be us versus other
I know
countries.
that,
Oh,
Kate.
sorry.
I didn't know that. I only read the headlines. So, yeah.
Maybe this is the answer to State of Origin and the winning state gets a gold medal.
Oh, God.
But yeah, like
he's just
I
the
mean,
worst.
the AFL India thing. I know Pete. He had his reasons for not liking it, and I agree. But AFL is big in India. Like it already is. There's
With expats.
No, with Indian people.
Really?
Yeah,
Is it?
it's been big for quite some time. It's actually quite popular over there.
Yeah, right.
And
I
it's-
thought it was big in China, where Port went years ago.
they tried, but AFL India has actually existed for a number of years now. So
Okay.
if that's not completely out of the blue.
Yeah.
I do agree with Pete's sentiment of
The junket. We probably don't need the junkets.
That's right. And,
Yeah.
we do have regional and, not even just regional and rural football clubs, but, smaller leagues that need cash injections. So I understand that.
Absolutely.
But I just think I get the Olympics. Like, I get it. You want to showcase the sport. But do we really need to?
No. I think at the end of the day, like as much as we love it, no one around the world gives a shit about AFL really, like Aussie rules.
It feels like Americans are only just coming around to it now.
Yeah, and it's such
taken a long time.
Like we see all these things about like the slightly big clubs, but it's like the percentage of interest in it is just so small.
The only good thing about small American leagues in AFL is that the Austin Crows are the most
who I was trying to
dominant
think of.
team.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably got a similar likelihood of, hurling from Ireland, making it big around the world.
Yeah.
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 Anything else?
The only other thing, and I should have hyped up the worst thing was opening round, but we've already really kind of discussed that, haven't we?
Yeah.
How shit that was. So
Every year.
I didn't really take. I was really off football in the off season. I didn't really take any notes. Like we said at the start of this podcast, it's been a bit of a grind getting back into it. So I'm feeling a little bit more positive about football in general now, but it's taken a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I needed the break. So I really purposely tried to just not tune in too much because of that.
This was the first off season where I haven't been really hanging out for it to start in my life, I reckon. Mm-hmm. Which, is saying something when we finished top last year.
Yeah, it is.
I also feel like obviously we've started a bit late, I guess you could say. I mean, round one's coming up. We're playing this weekend, but all the other footy media started like 2 weeks ago. 360's back, obviously. Fireball's back. I haven't watched or listened to any of that.
Only Fireball because
But even that is just awful at the moment. Like, Kane, come on, mate.
I don't know what it is about that show. It's almost like I'm a fly, and they're one of those little purple light things, but I can't not listen to it. Yeah. And I find it entertaining enough that I'm okay with it. And Kane Corns, I guess, doesn't annoy me as much as he annoys other people.
He doesn't annoy me either, but sometimes the things he says, I'm just like,
he does it to get a ride.
Yeah, that's what
well,
annoys me.
Yeah. I get it. I get it. I'm not trying to
Yeah.
defend him in any way,
No, I
but
know.
it's
I think the thing that annoys me is that his style of being in the media now is seen as what is the pinnacle of being in the media. It's not like he's right out there. It's like, well, this is what we need. Everyone needs to have a hot take. Everyone's got to come with, this is the worst thing that's ever happened, or this team's the greatest team we've ever seen. That's what annoys me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you guys saw the video at the Captain's Day, but I can't remember if it was SEN that went around, but they actually asked the captains who their preferred person is out of Kane or Kingy. And I was actually quite surprised at the spread of the answers.
Kane was more favoured overall,
Yeah.
I think,
Was he?
numbers-wise. Yeah.
What's wrong with Kingy?
Yeah, that's right.
What a choice.
Yeah. I just think it's never listen to it live with all the ads, of course, but just the, what was it, 1.5 hour or one bit over an hour sort of podcast that they release about 9:30 on Mondays and Fridays. It's worth listening to, in my opinion, if you've got nothing better to do and just have it in the background.
God,
Yeah.
the choices are pretty slim, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they really
unfortunate.
are. And then we've got to listen to Gary Lyon on 360 now, so I'm kind of off that.
Oh yeah,
Oh, no.
I actually watched the episode the other night, and I was like, Gary, where's your neck? Just disappeared.
Yeah, and then is Rewalt still on the couch?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Just
I don't want to listen
one
to
of
it.
the personalities you've mentioned, not one.
I can't listen
I
to
know.
him.
It's
I cannot
terrible.
listen to any of these people.
Oh,
Now,
and why was Fox pushing Lee? Why is Lee Matthews on the commentary as well? He is so old now. I was at a sports day luncheon thing last gather round, and I had to take photos there, but I could obviously listen to him speak. He's losing the plot. How they're pushing him out on a live broadcast has got me screwed.
Yeah.
Well,
He's
maybe
obviously a legend of the game, but
Yeah.
we might need a different segment than down the Dwayne pipe. Ben, you might have to think one for Lee Matthews, depending on what he's saying in the box.
Jack Rewalt and Jay Clark are awesome. Jake Sauce.
Okay.
We know that's a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jay
Oh, don't
Clark's
forget
ruined.
Jordan Lewis.
Oh yeah. Well, is that show that Jay Clark's ruined on after the bounce or whatever? What was that one called? Final Siren. that used to be, it was on Fox after the Saturday game. It was actually quite fun when Jake Clark wasn't on there, but he's just one of, like you were talking about, one of those like headline seekers. He's awful.
Now, speaking of old man media, I brought this up earlier and we were talking about Dan Does Footy, but there's a bit of beef going on between Jared and Dan. Whose side are you on? I want to know.
Is this over playing something that Sam...
Sam Doherty sent Dan Gorringe a voicemail basically ripping shreds off of Carlton. And I mean, any Carlton fan would have said the same.
Yeah.
Now, Dan played that voicemail on his podcast, and whether or not Sam Doherty knew that he was going to play that or not is debatable. I think he probably expected that it might happen, but maybe didn't want the full thing played.
Yeah, I think that was the story.
I mean, I feel like Dan probably would have said, "Oi, this might go on the pod." You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he would have just done it. Anyway, it's a bit of a non-story, but Jared has gone whack and said it's reprehensible behaviour. Reprehensible. Now, Dan Gorringe doesn't know what that word means.
No. And he just sent back the Simpsons meme of the fat guy on the donut in the lake.
Have a sook. Now, I just think it's actually just too funny. I think Jared probably just needs to let it go because, as I said to Sam earlier, Jared, you know, you've probably got a few years left. You're going to be out on your yacht sailing around the world in probably 3 years' time. Just who cares? Who cares what he's doing?
Just relax, Jared.
And it just smacks of like Jared has nothing better to talk about footy at the moment, so perhaps that show shouldn't have started yet.
I feel like they obviously look down on him as, you know, sports media.
Yeah.
You know, they obviously don't think he's a journalist, which he's not. That's fine.
Yeah.
But also, like, you know, I think Dan's got a point where, like, that's the kind of content that fans want to hear, especially Carlton fans. They really want to hear their ex-captain, like, tearing shreds off of their shit team.
That third quarter the other night was so funny. Sydney just went mental. Very, very funny.
But yeah, I say let it go, Jared.
Yeah.
Yeah, rise above it, Jared.
Oh, we going to talk about this game?
Yeah, let's talk about
what
it.
We're up to? We're going to play Bozza straight up?
We've
or
got a game.
Yeah, all right. I want to hear Boz's selections.
Yeah? All
Yeah.
right. Let's, oh, God.
Thanks,
Here we
Bozza.
go. Yeah. See if this works still.
It's like a sauna in here.
Good evening, everyone. Sorry if I sound like shit. The kids have given me some kind of sickness. Round one, obviously there's no selections, but there'll just be a 23. So I'll give you my 23 for round one. A couple are doubtful, obviously with the Hemis. I doubt very much so they drag them all back for round one when there's 4 huge games in a row coming up. So back 6 is Worrell, Butts, Max, Wayne, Murray and Cumming. Wings are Pedler, Dawson, Cook. Half forward, Keys, Fogg, multiple dads. Forward line of Murray, Junior, Texan, Thorpe. Starting ruck, McAndrew, Rochelle, Berry. Bench of Saligo, Edwards, Nankervis, Laird and Bond as the 23rd man. Jonesy and Marsh, emergency. That's basically thinking that Peatling and Sneeze Archie don't get up for this week. So anyway, let's see how we go. Thanks, guys.
Excellent, Bozza. Any thoughts, Ben?
It's a lot of names.
I think a few stuck out to me. So is Barry locked in?
I think he's being managed. So, yeah, I would say he's probably going to be named.
Okay.
At least.
That was the only name that really stuck out to me. I haven't been, I'll have to say, like, I just don't know where he sits. He obviously was very disappointing in the finals last year. So, yeah, I'm surprised that he might be starting middle. But anyway.
So did he have Cook in or not?
Cook on the wing.
Cook was in.
Yeah.
Nankervis?
Yeah, on the bench.
On the bench. And Charlie Edwards?
On the bench.
On the bench, yeah, okay. Yeah, because they're the 3 sort of players of interest from our pre-season that have sort of risen up the pecking order from last year, which is interesting. And, Bond seems to be more of a lock in the team than he was.
Yep.
Mm.
So does Pet.
Poor old Dowling doesn't seem to have much of a chance.
No, and I don't really think he showed enough in the Freo game, to be honest. Thought that was his opportunity, but, he didn't really. Compared to Edwards, I thought Dowling was definitely the substandard player of that game, to be fair. That's going to be interesting. Jake Saligo, obviously he hasn't really trained a lot and he played one half in the preseason, so I can't really see him getting named, to be honest.
So that's probably where Edwards gets a chance if Saligo's out.
Yeah.
Are we going to beat Collingwood? Can we?
Yeah.
Can we please just do it?
Yeah.
We definitely can.
Is anyone slightly confused as to why we're playing Collingwood before our ranking comes back? Is that done on purpose?
I think so.
I would have thought the AFL would have been all over that.
Yeah, I feel
I don't think the AFL want a sold out MCG booing another Indigenous man. That's how I
That's
see
probably
it.
fair. I hadn't taken the booing the Indigenous guy angle. You're right. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
That's my take, but
Yep.
that's whether or not I'm right.
I did
is
some
the question.
very, very small sample size look at what Collingwood did yesterday.
Please
So,
tell us. Share.
From all the games, they easily had the most uncontested possessions for the weekend, so compared to all the other teams. So they got it out with a spread and they were just marks. So Brisbane, you think if they're the team that just chips and marks the most of anyone in the comp. They had 115 marks for the game and Collingwood had 147.
Wow.
So they went, nuts with it. Part of that, I think, is a lot of teams seem to do that against St Kilda. It seems to be the way that St Kilda set up, where they give up a lot of easy marks in half of the ground and they all flood back into their back line, which they're aiming to make it hard for the opposition to score. So it's hard to know how much of it was how Collingwood want to play and how much St Kilda just let them play. So don't know. We'll see. But I think where they looked most dangerous was worryingly where they looked most dangerous against us, where they got the ball in sort of where it was in contention, could go either way, but they got it out to someone running quickly away from the contest. And with some quick forward hand passes, they were out in space and able to dominate the game. So that's where we can't allow that sort of play.
Bit disappointing seeing Houston looking all right as well.
Yeah, no, he got a fair bit of it. Again, I don't know if it's because no one was on him and they could just let it chip around or whether, he's in for a big year this year. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. Collingwood, I don't think they looked that good, though. I think everyone was hyping Saints up as being, a much better team than they were the year before, and I don't know whether they did. They certainly didn't look like it last night. Collingwood obviously scraped over the line, but I certainly wouldn't be scared after seeing
I think
that game.
Possibly we shouldn't let Nick Dacos have 41 possessions.
Yeah.
Be a good start.
Yeah.
We don't really ever tag him though.
When he was first coming in, we were really roughing him up when he was more of a halfback, and I think it was like Keys or someone went onto him, and he was under pressure the whole time and really struggled. But since he's been in the midfield, he's had games where he's torn us apart. So it'll be interesting to see how we approach that. Who have we got? Would that be a Bond sort of situation, or
is he? I don't know if Bond's good enough.
I think
to run
the
with
last
him,
time was Berry was on him, wasn't it?
maybe? Don't know. You'd want someone giving him a fair bit of attention most of the time, not just letting him run free like he could last night.
Yeah. I just think it's a no-brainer to tag him, even if you're not technically a taggy team. Like
they're not the deepest team, Collingwood. So if you knock out Dacos from having a massive game, you have dented their chances a reasonable amount.
Yeah.
But it's almost like if you shut down one Dacos, the other one gets off the chain. So you've got to be wary of Josh Dacos as well.
Got to be wary of Billy. He had a great game last night.
Oh, really?
Speaking of marks, 13 marks for Big Billy. So
he had a shocker though, didn't he? There was so many times he made some very poor mistakes.
Oh, yeah.
Surely he's taking Tex in the forward line.
Probably.
Do we know where Collingwood are at? I should have looked this up before, but whether Howe and or Moore are coming back into the team?
Oh, they're coming back for the Crows game, Ben.
Probably, yeah, of course.
I think it was a bit like how I think Harris Andrews got done for 3 weeks, and I reckon he gets back for our game or something like that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, probably.
It's going to be interesting.
So predictions?
I don't know. I think that maybe this will be the game where we really notice the absence of Mark Keane. And yeah, I don't think we're going to win, to be honest. I think we'll probably go down. But I'm okay with that. I've come to terms with that.
Darcy Moore's 1 week, Jeremy Howe's 1 to 2 weeks. And that's other than Reef McInnes, who he's no good. That's all they've got on their injury list. So they're very fit. Yeah, interesting.
I'm going to start the year on a positive and say that I think we'll win, only because I think we've got a point to prove after the finals. And I think not having Rankin in the team is maybe going to be beneficial to us, less of a distraction. So I'm not at all confident in that, but I would that would get our season off to a really ripping start if we could beat them away, especially after the treatment we got and allowed them to give us in the finals. So, yeah.
You go.
No, you go.
I'm just going to say I don't think we'll win, but purely I think if we were fit, I would pick us.
Yeah.
I just feel like we've just got some key additions and key upgrades from last year that aren't there. Obviously, Rankin would have helped. Maybe, I don't know. I kind of agree with, saying he might have been a bit of a distraction in this particular game.
I think it is hard to predict, to be honest, because we haven't played since we played against Fremantle, and again there were so many players out.
Yeah.
It's really hard to see how we're all going to put it, how we're going to put it all together and how that's all going to work.
I think whether or not Archie gets up for the game will be quite pivotal in terms of him being able to keep another attacking option forward if Rochelle's going into the midfield. So
yeah.
And how far away is Curtin now? Where's the update on that?
I saw it was TBC still.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So he won't
God
play all
knows.
season then.
Yeah, exactly.
it
I
sounds like
think it was
it's
after the bye.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
a little ways away.
Yep.
So
Yeah, that's no great.
Speaking of injuries, I'm actually interested to see, we're worried about the jump and whether it'll mean lots of PCLs, but was the height of the PCL when they also had an unlimited run up?
Yeah, I think so.
Bounce? So because they're now stuck in that little circle of 3 meters, so they're not getting quite the same
velocity.
Yeah, they're not coming from like the long run. So maybe it won't be as big an issue as it's being said it was. But we also have ruckmen who haven't trained for it anymore, so they don't really have the idea of how to protect their own body.
Yeah.
McAndrew's been training for
makes
this
decisions on the run.
whole life. This is his moment.
I really hope
God.
McAndrew is successful. I think it would make a big
Yes.
difference. He's got the height to be a moderately mobile ruckman who can get into positions and hopefully get some marks down the line and whatnot. And as you said, Sam, maybe not being sought as much in our chains of possession, like often Rob seems to find himself as like,
Just get out of the way.
Why there are so many handballs going to Rob? They do use him like a midfielder, whereas I think maybe if we could have our midfielders using our midfielders like a midfielder,
That'd be great.
that would be better.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Midfielders midfielding.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Well,
We reached the end.
we have. I've got some late breaking news though. Have you
Oh.
got
What is
that
it?
thing worked out yet?
I have not, sorry. I can throw something up if you like.
Sam Doherty withdrawn from Blues function
Oh, really?
after stinging criticism. Oh dear, they didn't like what he had to say. Also, AFL, this is from Cryptic in the Discord. Carlton and Richmond's annual round 1 season opener is under threat on several fronts as the AFL considers options for the 2027 season, including pushing the grand final into October. But the AFL believes the opening round model with games played in New South Wales and Queensland only fuels interest in southern markets and has contributed to the massive attendances in the past 2 years at round 1 games. I don't think that's how that's working.
No, not at all.
I was going to bring up the Carlton Richmond ridiculousness before when we were talking about opening round and why the AFL was so adamant on opening round being a thing, because for some reason they're so married to that shit fixture
Yes.
being the
It's
like,
the
opening
arrogance
game.
of these two clubs will always be big clubs. They're always going to be worth watching and opening the season with. and they're not.
Well,
No.
look, it's tradition, I guess you could say.
It's a
is
fairly
it?
short
Such a
tradition.
s-
They've only
yeah.
done
Yeah,
it the
since
last.
when?
It's only it would be in the teens, wouldn't it? Like 2000, early
Yeah.
2010s or something.
Yeah, last decade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forget I said anything. But the other thing is the tradition of the grand final being played in September. I don't think we can really change that. Can we? And also, I don't think we need to push it out to October. Oh my God, that is too much.
Yeah. It has been in October before for a reason. I can't remember. But yeah. I don't,
Was it COVID?
No, it was something legitimate. Maybe
Yeah.
like the Olympics.
It
or
might have been
COVID,
something
not
like that.
legitimate.
Yeah.
No, COVID was legit.
All right, Warren Treadrake.
Oh, I see. He couldn't pay off his debts.
I would have thought the thing that makes sense is whoever, like the opening game of the season is just the grand final rematch, and whoever won it gets the home game. Surely
sounds
that just
awesome.
makes sense.
That would
Surely.
get everyone hyped, surely, for the season.
Surely. But
Makes too much sense for
But
the
not
AFL.
if it's two non-Victorian teams. What an idiot.
Yeah, of course.
well, if it's two non-Victorian teams in the grand final, we know there's going to be another one of those reviews into the state of Victorian
Oh,
football.
yes, of course, yes.
That's true. Yeah.
Gee,
that's
can't wait
sweet.
for that. All
All
right.
Olympics.
Well,
Thanks,
God.
Trevor.
Yeah.
thank you very much, everyone, for joining us for the first episode of Season 5 of Here We Crow, episode 136.
Yeah.
We'll be back regularly on Mondays. It
gonna
may
s-
be live here or it may be live on the line.
We're going to try and avoid that.
Yeah.
We'll have some guests and such
Yeah.
throughout the season.
Nuz will be
replacing
back.
Dan.
Nuz will be back. The
Yeah.
Nuffs will be back.
Yeah.
Oh, one last Dan-related thing.
Yeah.
Do you remember, I don't know if it's last year, the year before, Dan asked about whether you can mulch a lawn? I literally mulched my lawn.
Oh.
Wow.
But that's to kill the lawn, not to not to aid it. So I just thought, there's a little Dan
You
thing.
should tell
but I
him yes.
Couldn't bring him up. But
Yeah.
yeah. If you want your lawn to die, you can certainly sheet mulch, a bit of cardboard, bit of mulch, kill it off.
Wow.
There we go.
We didn't even play Ben's Backyard
We
Stinger.
didn't. No, but that'll come.
All right, guys. Well, thanks very much for joining us for our first episode
Yeah,
back.
thanks,
We're
everyone.
hoping the season is going to be a fun one. And look, we're gonna take it easy. We're just gonna relax this season. It's all good. You
Go
know,
with the
whatever
flow.
happens. It's fine. We give you shit. We
Yeah.
won't though.
Been there and done that.
But likely we're not going to be minor premiers. But hey, it could be this year. We might win the flag.
Maybe.
Who
Also,
knows?
do we have still spots for our big? Everyone's excited about Fantasy League.
Oh yeah. So we've opened the fantasy league. We'll put the code out on Twitter. I think we've got 8 players already.
I thought we were up to like 17 of 20 or something.
Oh what?
Oh.
Already?
Where'd you put it? On Discord?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh shit. Well, I didn't realize that. Well,
I need to
anyway,
give it to Matt.
we'll put it out there.
Anyway, no one else joined just yet. My friend in there.
Do not join. All right. Well, thanks very much, guys. We'll see you next week.
See ya.
Go Crows.